Hey guys, this is Animated Keone back again with another video. So growing up, I used to love watching a TV show about my childhood idol, that being Buzz Lightyear. Now, this TV series that I'm referring to was known as Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Now, at the time, I remember watching every last episode of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. And I will admit, the characters in that show were pretty funny at times. Especially the two main kind of comedic characters. That, of course, being Booster and XR. So, yeah, speaking of Booster, although we never actually got to see a 3D rendition of Booster appear in the Toy Story films, there was a small cameo of Booster in an early Toy Story comic released by Boom Kids Comics, and it was titled The Return of Buzz Lightyear. And it was in that comic that we as Toy Story fans got to see a sort of toy version of Booster from Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, but he had on a entirely different suit, which was kind of cool. And to be honest, guys, although I never actually read that Toy Story comic of The Return of Buzz Lightyear, from the videos I've seen of that comic book, it seems really cool. And I mean, it's nice that Booster appeared in that comic because, well, aside from the Toy Story films, that one comic book was the only way us Toy Story fans would get to see Booster in the same universe as the cast from Toy Story. So, yeah. Now, in terms of, like, actual toys for the comic book version of Booster, there was never a real-life toy for Booster in the Toy Story universe, which was kind of a shame, because I think the closest we've gotten to a actual Toy Story Buzz Lightyear, Booster, was under the Toy Story 2 line, which, of course, that line featured a more show-accurate concept of Booster. But in terms of, like, that Boom Kids version of Booster. Yeah, no real-life toy was made for that iteration. So, as of yesterday, I made my own custom figure of Booster. So, here he is. So yeah, this is my take on what I think Booster would look like if he would have arrived on Earth with Buzz in the first Toy Story film. Obviously, as you guys can see, his Space Ranger suit looks kind of like Toy Story Buzz's suit, where it's got like the laser and basically all the details that you'd see on Toy Story Buzz Lightyear's suit. But it just looks a lot more simplified in terms of design. Now with Booster's suit, as I stated before, it looks very simplified, and as you can probably tell by the chest, with Booster's Space Ranger suit, he only has 2 voice sampler buttons, instead of the typical 3, like Toy Story Buzz. But yeah, and of course he does have his Rookie Space Ranger logo, or Rookie Star Command logo, to show that, of course, Booster is not a part of the elite Space Ranger Corps. So, yeah. Now, all in all, I feel like I did a pretty good job on this custom, because, like, yes, this isn't really accurate to how Booster appeared in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, but this makes for a good concept figure of Booster as kind of like a what if Booster arrived in Andy's room with Buzz in the first Toy Story movie. So, yeah. Now here's the back of my custom Toy Story Booster. As you guys can see, he doesn't have his, like, rocket ship backpack or jetpack that he'd normally wear on his suit. Instead, since the base figure I used on this toy was, of course, a Buzz Lightyear, obviously I removed the original jetpack just to kind of give this custom the illusion that, my iteration of Booster would have left his jetpack behind at Star Command, and thanks to his new suit, he was able to, like, teleport himself to Earth, thus meeting up with Buzz Lightyear. So yeah. Now, of course, here's a good look at Booster's head. As you can see, for the material I used for this custom's head, obviously I used pink craft foam, and then I just colored on it to look like Booster's head. And I must say, this kind of does look like Booster. Because it's like, yeah, this custom definitely looks like he has a broad neck. And, yeah, so really the only way people can look inside a Booster is if they look through the top of his head. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but in there, as you can probably tell, I used the top of an empty soda bottle to kind of act as Booster's skull. And I gotta admit, it really helps with the sort of broad neck appearance, since this is how Booster's head was in the cartoon of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. But yeah, so I think really that's about it for this video, everyone. Don't forget to stay tuned for more Buzz Lightyear of Star Command videos like this. And yeah, this has been Animated Keone signing out.